We need to open our mind beyond government and politics. The Vatican City is run by a church, the Roman Catholic Church. Very tiny country. It might be the smallest country in the world. It is run. It's got its own currency. It is run by the church. In certain parts of the world, like Eswatini, it is run by a king or a monarch. The United Kingdom is run by a monarch. So there are places that are run by kings and queens. Even in South Africa, certain parts of the country, arguably, even though they've become figureheads. And we need to speak about the relevance of those people and if we still need them moving forward. We could be run by civil organizations. Imagine if Gift of the Givers was given a province to run the way that they operate. Imagine if other organizations, civil organizations that people fund, that people volunteer for, get to run certain towns and cities. And we're like, no, here we don't vote. Here people choose where they spend their money. And wherever they spend their money, whether it's a civil organization, whether it's a church, whether it's a business, that businessman, may he rest in peace, Raymond Ackernman, in this area, he gets to run the town because he's the wealthiest person here. It's not that Raymond Ackernman is the wealthiest person here, or Christo Visa, or Yanni Mouton, or Patrice Motsepe, or whoever. It's not that they are the richest and then they get to fund the politicians. No, they get to run the town. This is ShopRite City. Everyone here is run because of ShopRite and Christo Visa. Brian Joffy, the guys that would run Bidvest, it's run by this place. And if you're not happy, you stop buying from them and you buy from the next person. So we need to reimagine governance structures. Certain places could be run by schools. If the school leadership is that brilliant, you've got Grey College in Bloemfontein, the best school on the African continent, and the number one rugby school in the world. What can they teach us in governance and how they operate their school? What does their school governing body look like? How do they develop their young men into becoming world leaders? How do they manage their budgets so that they're not the most expensive school in the country? How can we learn from them as a governance structure? How do we learn from AfriForum? 350,000 paying members. They raise over 45 million rand a month. They've been able to hold government to account. They've worked with Solidarity and they've built a skills institution called Soltech. How can there's a governance structure be given a chance to run certain parts of society? And people are not voting for them. People are willingly donating and saying, please do the work. And if you no longer do the work, we will no longer fund you. Imagine if government could only get tax money through donation. To say we will donate to this political party to do this work. And if they're not doing it anymore, we will donate to someone else. In South Africa, we pay forced tax. And then many of us, middle and upper class, we pay additional taxes. Education in this country per the constitution is meant to be free. So anyone who is paying a rand or more in school fees is paying an additional tax. Healthcare, according to our constitution, is meant to be free. So anyone with a medical aid, anyone that uses private healthcare is paying an additional tax. Toll gates are an additional tax. We already have a budget to maintain roads. Why more money to maintain roads, especially that's going to private companies that maintain those roads? There are so many additional taxes we pay. Fuel tax. On top of paying normal tax, you also pay a fuel levy, which if you look at all the taxes combined, might be 70% of the fuel that we pay. So we should be allowed to vote. I will not pay an additional tax because I don't smoke, I don't drink, therefore I don't pay extra tax. If I don't have a car outside of public transport, I don't pay the extra tax of fuel. Maybe I get a bicycle. Maybe I get an e-scooter. If we reimagine education, where we've got schools that are self-sustaining and the children sell and produce their own things that make money, all of a sudden I don't have to pay school fees. And so on and so forth. We need to reimagine.